I think the first thing I wanted to be was an astronaut, classic, typical. The second thing I wanted to be was a veterinarian, and then I was like, I couldn't handle that because it's too emotional. And then I wanted to be an architect, and then I was like, no, I don't want to do that because I don't like math enough. And then I was like, I want to be an actor and make it on Broadway. And now I finally realized I like government. And it wasn't until my senior year in high school that I knew I wanted to go to American. Before then, I was only looking at schools in New York City. I've always loved politics. My grandfather was a state representative in Connecticut, and I love my grandpa. He's one of my idols, so I've always wanted to kind of be like him. So I've always wanted to do politics like him. Environmental studies, I have a passion for the environment, specifically animal conservation, and so yeah. It's a funny story actually. So my grandpa was determined to help me get an internship through his connections of the people he grew up knowing, and so he is very close with another guy who actually succeeded him as a state representative in Connecticut, and his boss in the lobbying firm is dating the congressman whom I am working for, and she is also a lobbyist for the airlines, and he is head of transportation committee. It sounds kind of suspicious the way that those two are dating, but it's like totally, it's great. It's a great internship. I'm really happy my grandpa was able to get it for me. This is my first internship on the Hill, so although I've interned in municipal government before, they don't want to just put me out there and doing all the policy work that I did when I was in the municipal government. So I'm working mainly right now with constituents. I take phone calls, I process the emails, I process letters, I process petitions. I take these complaints, put it into a database called iConstituent, which then sorts it all out and lets us know what's most important to our constituents based off of that data. I've done a few policy reviews already, which is really fun. So basically, the staff assistants will email me a policy that's coming through the Congress, and I'll look it over. I'll say, oh, this is what the policy is. This is what it would be changing. This is why Congressman Schuster should vote for it, or this is why he shouldn't vote for it. I was nervous because I didn't want to do anything wrong, but I knew I've worked in customer service before and I deal with mad people all the time. So answering the phones was really easy for me. The first phone rang, I just picked it up and listened to the complaint and was able to hear it. I have a great deal of passion for government and working in the government eventually, hopefully, or something around the government. So I went into it thinking I want to work on Capitol Hill. Right now I'm in a spot where I'm like, maybe I want to work on Capitol Hill. And it's not because it's been a bad experience. I think it's just been an eye-opening experience. It's not everything I thought it was going to be. It's a lot of grungy work. It's a lot of dealing with constituents who maybe don't fully understand how government works, which can be annoying sometimes. But one thing I really enjoy about this position in general is that Congressman Schuster, a large majority of his constituents are coal miners. And I went into this very nervous, working for a man who is pro-coal mines and pro-coal, because I'm an environmentalist and those two don't really mix well together. But I think it was important for me to do it because it gives me the opportunity to understand where these people who I completely disagree with are coming from, why they think coal mining is important, and why they need it to live a sustainable life themselves. So that's definitely what I have and what I'm hoping to gain from this internship. Honestly, apply to as many internships as you can. Definitely try to look more in who your congressman is, because they'll be more willing to hire a constituent than a non-constituent. Definitely look for someone who's in your political party who has certain ideological views as you, but don't be afraid to go outside your comfort zone and work for a Republican if you're a Democrat, or work for a Democrat if you're a Republican, just to see that different constituency that they represent. I think that's really important and really interesting part of the job. Yeah, it's a great internship. I enjoy it. I like when people yell at me because they think, they're able to get their anger out, and I leave unharmed because I'm not the one who's writing the policy, or I'm not the one who's in the room voting at all. So, I'm just the unpaid intern. So, yeah.